Number one problem and error that I have seen is that church people try to correct wrong relationships and marriages through prayers. People try to correct in church wrong relationships and wrong marriages through prayers. You must get it right the first time. Tell your neighbor, get it right the first time. There is no room for correction. Correcting wrong marriage, correcting wrong relationship through prayer. People have littered the altar with the tears of bitterness just because their hearts have been broken in marriages, just because their hearts have been broken in relationships. They are crying and crying day in and day out. Barely a week will finish before a case is brought to my attention, not only from this church, but even outside this church, that people have been heartbroken in relationships. That simply tells me that this is something that has really bedeviled the church. Don't get it wrong so that you can correct it through prayer. There is no amount of tongues that would change. Let me not tell you that. But let me tell you the truth. Never correct wrong relationships, wrong marriages through prayer. Get it right the first time. I am not saying that prayers don't work. They definitely work. And they work miracles. But instead of praying because you are in trouble, because you are stressed, I would rather pray for souls to be saved. We would rather save that energy to pray for our nation. We would save that energy perhaps to pray for the church. We would save that energy perhaps to pray for your prosperity. But why should we spend all the time crying to God because our relationships are not working? Because things are not working. Get it right the first time. Tell your neighbor, get it right the first time. Number two, prostitutes and immoral people seem to marry before the righteous saints. I have seen it happen. Prostitutes, immoral people, bad people. They seem to marry before righteous saints. It is an error. It is an error. Nothing good should happen to an evil person before it happens to a righteous person. Let me repeat that again. There is nothing good that should first of all begin with the wrong person, a bad person, before it begins with the righteous person.